Hey guys, it's Jayla. Welcome or welcome back. I'm here today to share with you my update for Size Matters. This is a Pan That Palette theme from the Pantastic ladies. The theme was created by Jessica Lee. I will leave her information down in the description box, as well as the information for this project, like the links to the Pantastic ladies. So as I mentioned, the theme for this year was Size Matters, and that could be, large, bulky palette. I decided to go with a small, bulky palette, and that is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Quad. This was in the shade Rust. So I'm going to now share with you what my palette looked like last month. And I'm just now thinking, does it make a difference what my palette looked like last month because I've been frankening my shades? I don't know. I did test positive for COVID. So here's what my palette looks like now. So it looks pretty different from last month. I did take this shade here, which is base, and I repressed it. And since repressing it, I did hit pan again. Now that little pan there, I just hit yesterday. So I feel like that's going to be, I don't know if I'll have it finished by the next update, but it'll be close. And this is the other shade that I'm actively working on, which is Highlight. And this one here, I actually took a big chunk of it out and I mixed it with this shade here, which is Contour. And I wanted to create a new Franken shade with Contour because Contour, I don't really love the shade. I don't love the formula of that one. You would think that it's a nice brown. It's a pretty brown shade, but I find it to be a little bit difficult to work with. So there's the shade. It's darker than, to me, it's darker on my hand than it looks in the pan. And so I wanted to get some use on it, so I decided to Franken it. And I actually also pulled out my Lorac Shine Bright palette, and I Frankened it with a couple of shades in here too. I used this shade here, which is light brown, and then I pulled some of this shade Primrose. And so I mixed those shades together and I created this shade here. So let me show you what this looks like. Here we go. So I find this to be a much more wearable shade than that shade in the palette. So yeah, so that's what I'm working with. I find I do use this quite a bit. And of course I still have my other 3 Franken shades, which I'll show you now. Here is the first one. Now this one I have repressed and refrankened once before. And let me grab a brush and I'll show you what these look like. So that's that shade there. I am wearing these shades in my crease, except for I'm not wearing this one, but I'm wearing these other 3. And then here is the second one. Now this one I am going to have to repress. As you can see, I've made a pretty decent dent in this one. I'm starting to struggle to get product on my brush. So I'm going to go ahead and repress this. I don't know if I'm going to mix it with something else. I may. We'll see. So there's that shade. And then the last shade I have is this one. And of course this is the darkest one I have. And there we go. So I'm definitely going to repress this. And I think if I'm going to do a repressing session, I need to repress a shadow in my Charlotte Tilbury palette that I'm working on for Throwback 30. I may play around with these 2 shades and do some more frankening, because I figure traveling to Turkey, hoping I have a negative COVID test in the next week and a half. I'm supposed to leave on June 10th, crossing fingers. I would like to be able to take this, the shades in here, and so I may just depot this entire thing and put it in a, I have the one of those salt travel palettes, and so I may just put a bunch of like pans of eyeshadow in there and travel with this, in addition to some other like smaller travel palettes to have some variety. But that's kind of my thought. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So we may have like a completely different looking eyeshadow palette. This may be totally depotted by the time we do this update next month. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that is that palette. And then I also want to share with you how my baby pan that palette is looking. So I am working on this little MAC Duo. It's 2 of the Extra Dimension eyeshadows. I have the two shades are Just Gleaming and Snow Dusk. So this one is Just Gleaming and this one is Snow Dusk. So I'll pop in the corner over here what this looked like last month, but I'm pretty much just working on Just Gleaming for the most part, but I have expanded the pan on this one quite a bit. I use it almost every single day in my inner corner, and I would say I'm starting to work my way down this way in the pan, and I've also cleared out that little corner back there. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's no shadow in this back corner back here. Although it looks like there is, but there isn't. So yeah, things are looking pretty good in this one. I mean, I've been working on this for like 3 years, 2.5 years. I mean, I may have used this shadow like once. I'll eventually get to it. It's not priority. So that is how that one is looking. Anyway, that is everything. I may use this palette to do some frankening. I find these shadows to work really well with frankening the Kat Von D shades. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to use any of the shimmers, but I could surprise myself. Like, I think Royalty would be pretty to mix. Or Fizz. Whoops. Fizz. I don't know. We'll see. I may do some playing around. I also have a couple of Morphe palettes that are kind of always my go-to for frankening. Yeah. So anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you are doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. I don't think I've done any, I can't remember. Did I Franken? Oh my gosh. Did I Franken this other shade last month? I can't remember. What did I do last month? Let me start over. Why can't I make it straight ever? I can never make it straight. Bye.